I get more comments than I can count that say, but it's just like Game of Thrones. I know. It's exactly like Game of Thrones. For years, the Duffer Brothers have been planting in our heads that they do not want their series to end anything like Game of Thrones. They want it to be different. Use the most recent series letdown and planted it in our heads years ago. We're like, great, it's not going to happen. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be totally different. We're all going to be okay. And then it happened. And what Game of Thrones did was they released a documentary, a cleanup documentary. What did Netflix do? They released a documentary, a cleanup documentary. Before I get into the difference between the documentaries and how that will be your flagging point of knowing that something is different, history repeats itself. You say it over and over and over again. History repeats itself. Human beings, all we do is follow the cycle. We just keep going over and over and over again. When we expect things to continue to happen, those that are unaffected by it become more and more numb to it happening. Those that are unaffected by this, those who have not had to break this cycle before, are numb and are expecting this. So now let's get back to the documentaries and how they're different. They are scary similar. I mean, talking about the crew, talking about some of the constraints that they're having. All of it's relatively identical, even down to the amount of time that they released it after the finale. But there's one huge difference. In the documentary about Game of Thrones, they give you reasons for the chaos. They talk about budget issues. They talk about weather issues. So many other things that have gone wrong that have led to this finale being a letdown and them trying to give the fans as much as they possibly could. The only thing the Stranger Things documentary gave to us was the Duffer Brothers are incompetent. They had to film one episode out of sequence. I'm trying to think of more, but that's it. Those are the only reasons that they gave us. They didn't actually pull back the curtain and show us the difficulties of creating a show. They talked about the stress, they talked about the chaos, but they didn't give reasons. And if you don't give reasons, it's because you don't have them. So now, if you look at them, you follow the pattern of Game of Thrones, you need to see where the pattern ends. And the pattern ends at the documentary. And where the pattern breaks is intent. One was meant to clean up the issue, and the other one was meant to add fuel to the fire. Always, always, always use your point of reference as comparison, follow the pattern, and figure out where it stops. When you figure out where that pattern stops, you will be able to break the nuances of being numb to history repeating itself.